That is a 14 by 14 inch canvas, hopefully in focus. There's my Oxo Omelet Turning Flip and Fold Spatula by Good Grips. Best paint spreading tool I know, and hopefully I'll prove that in a moment. This is my PPG Speed Hide. White latex, semi-gloss, house paint from Home Depot. So the only reason that I'm showing you spreading paint is because sometimes I like to see how other people prepare their canvas instead of having just coming upon a canvas that's already got a layer of paint on it, because I'd like to see how heavy it is, especially when it comes to doing blooms. So my idea is to add a thin layer of paint first. So it goes to all the way to the outside edge, to the best of my ability anyway. And then figuring that the next ring of paint that I put in, that made me think of putting a little bit in the center so it would have some paint on it. The center does not spin out, in my opinion, very well. The centrifuge works on everything outside this area. So if I put a little bit of paint in there, hopefully this will work. And I shouldn't have to worry too much about it. I'm going to knock off the rest of that paint right there. And I'm going to throw that in the bucket. I might even spin this out briefly. And what I have in mind is doing some kind of spiral. I wanted to make it simple. We'll see how that works. I think I'm going to put the top back on that. And we'll let this move around. I'm going to grab that thing out of there that does not belong while I can see it. Whatever it is, it's gone now, we hope. I gotta remember to use my brake. Since I've got more obviously there, I'm going to tip that back that way. Fill in my gap with my breath. Okay, now comes the tough part. I'm thinking I want to spin, I'm going to spin that way toward the inside. So that means put my colors down. And having no idea what I'm doing, I'm not going to claim that I know what I'm doing. That was Agave Blue, my new favorite from the Deserted Island or Tropical Water selections of Prizm Pours from Colour Arte. Look for the 20% off coupon code below the video. This is, I'll tell you in a second, Indigo Violet, to be followed by Egyptian Blue, kind of wondered about adding some lighter colors, but I've got Primary Elements Mystique, I don't usually layer my colors on top of each other, but for some reason it seemed like a good, well, whatever that was, it just just broke out of there now. I don't really want that in there. And something similar to Mystique, which is in the new Prizm Pours, Sparkling Aqua. And that is a lighter shade for sure. Now I've got Interference Blue, and I meant to spread some of that in the center, so I'm just going to do that anyway. And a bunch of other places, obviously. I've got Plum Blossom from the Frosted Sorbets. I think it's a primary element. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I squeeze bottled on a spiral and it extended itself out perfectly as I spun yesterday. This is the marooned. I love this color. This color added to white is fabulous. Not that I'm adding it to white, but maybe. And then its cousin is the Wild Orchid, which is also completely fabulous. And I contemplate white. I don't know if it's going to make any difference or not, but I guess we'll find out. That's a good reason to put some Abalone in, which is a Prizm Pour. I watch a little bit of Sheila art, and that seems to be the case. But there always seems to be a light version of everything. So I'm thinking black, white, and then the Mayan gold, which is a Prizm Pour, as per usual. Hoping that this works out. I'm really nervous. It's Aussie Floetrol mixed with Amsterdam black. I'm not sure which one. That is Amsterdam white mixed with Aussie Floetrol. And I kind of want a purple in there instead of this, but I guess I'm not gonna change up now. All right. I want something to let that off into. So I'm gonna, whoops, I let it off into someplace it shouldn't have gone. Here goes nothing. Now I think I'm going to leave that in there. Do I want something in the middle, or am I just going to spin? I think I'm just going to spin. And it makes me wonder why I put all these bottles out here. But it will take me 10 seconds more to move them. And then we find out what's going to happen. I've got a little bit more. You know what? I do. I have a little bit more paint. And I'm going to use it. Took me a second to get oriented. And I'm going to throw those two things in the bucket. I'll wipe some of it off on my low-leafy silicone mat, which makes some great skins. Okay, I'm not sure how this is going to be, but I like what I see for cells. It makes me wonder if maybe I want to grab another little acetate tool before I even start. Grab that paint with the cell activator in it. Do I really want to? Sort of. Okay. Let's make sure I got a spiral in the center. And I do. If this works out right, this is going to be an epiphany for me. Or I had one yesterday. Let's go for it. That's a little far out. I'm going to have to move that in a little bit without knocking the canvas off, please. I knew I had to leave it mostly in the center, and I thought I could get away with moving it out further. I'm not sure that that's the case, so maybe next time I'll remember to leave it much closer to the center. And I just have this one area here. And I want to look at this. Where's my straw? It's right where it shouldn't be. Lost most of my turquoise on the outside edge. Got plenty of white to put over there. I think it's spun out far enough, but I'm a little nervous about it being off center like it is. It kind of sort of worked, you know. I could add something else to it, but I think I'm not going to. I see that big bubble there. Or something. It's an or something. By or something. I'm going to try back this way. And I've got my squeeze bottle of white, so I suppose if I want to fill that corner, I certainly can. Now I could probably just smooth that out, and I wish I had thought of that a moment ago. Just use that right over the edge, along with the rest of that white paint. I want to keep spinning. I'm not sure what that'll come to. I kind of want to do some more cells in here. I expected something more than I got, I guess. I bet it'll be pretty tomorrow. Let me take some of this purple. Put it on my corner. I'm kind of thinking, as I stand here, about popping those bubbles at the very least. Blowing that little Klingon. Part of me wants to just grab up the paint colors I've got over here. Put them on the canvas. Take my break out. Get rid of that paint. I don't get to show this to you guys very often. The colors are completely beautiful. And I see no reason to waste them. And knowing me, I'd probably just put them in a scrape dish anyway. And this way, I'll probably get a chance to even some things up. So now I have a more complete spiral, I guess. And I guess if I want to make sure that it sells, I might want to use some more cell activator. And since I have a little bit left in my dish, I might as well experiment, right? Please work. Otherwise it was a waste of those colors. into the bucket with everything. Well, I'm not impressed with the gray. That was probably a mistake, so note to self. But using the Aussie Floetrol, cells do continue to activate for a while, so it might be all right. I see some purple coming up. I've got 3 minutes to tell you guys I do sell my artwork. I'm going to throw a little bit of everything in here because I can. The name of my first book next to my second book, on the Amazon link on the link tree underneath Show More, underneath the video. It won't look exactly the same, but it will help confuse the eye a little bit. What did I miss? The Egyptian blue. And that was the Mystique Primary Elements. It'll be a rogue element, and some more of the sparkling aqua. And maybe just a little bit of marooned. And one more spin. Unless I'm willing to leave that like that. It's just different. Let's hope I don't do it again. Anyway, so what can I tell you guys? Please give me a thumbs up if you like what I do. Please share my videos if you like what I do. Thank you for watching longer. What else can I tell you? My paint pouring recipes underneath the video. Comments are welcome. Yes, I'm adding some spirals. And trying to be careful not to lift any weird little tails. I will have to pop some bubbles. Every time I put spirals in, I have to pop bubbles. Well, that is what it is. I'm not sure what it is, but I love you guys and thank you for inspiring me. And I learned something. Hopefully I'll put into use next time. To start closer to the center. Just had to cover up that corner. I don't know why. I got 1 minute left to say thank you for all the kind words. Thank you for the donations through PayPal. Thank you to those of you who join. The monthly due is $9.99 and you get access to a library of over 50 videos. Oh, that looks great from up here. I don't know what I was worried about. But I did learn some things and I will be trying something else. And I will try and shimmer this at you very quickly. And I don't like it when my light decides to do the flashy thing. Stop flashing. I think it's a local alert, but I'm not sure. I never figured it out. If you know, tell me. Why does the flashlight flash? All right, that's going to be pretty tomorrow, and I'll get used to that big white negative space, I think, or I'll do something in there tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm going to be looking